In 2009, when Justice K.T. Sankaran of Kerala High Court made a scathing observation on the term love jihad, not many would have thought that this malaise would go on to become a potent challenge for the Indian government and agencies. In 2017, when a UP-based anti-terrorism squad killed during an encounter a terrorist called Saifullah of ISIS, many agencies thought that this threat has actually become too hot a challenge for them to tackle. In the upcoming movie, The Kerala Story, such a threat is being talked about. Welcome to this show, the entire Starcast. What a wonderful subject it has been for all of you to tackle with, considering the fact that at one stage the threat of ISIS was restricted to a few states. It actually has become a widespread terror in this country till the then government under UP and the UP police during an encounter made us felt the presence of ISIS. I actually want to understand from all of you, starting with you, the fact is that this particular movie deals, I believe, with the subject of love jihad as well as ISIS, if I'm given to understand because of the preview which I was entitled to. But you can of course correct me on what the objective of this movie is like.
If you want to understand the subject which is happening in Kerala at this point of time, it is much beyond love jihad. As you mentioned, Justice Shankaran's observation, it was in the territory of the Christian converting Hindu, mostly from Kerala, into Christianity. The Islam started intervening in the middle of 2011, 2012, when that famous case of Hadiya happened. You know, Hadiya's case is something which actually triggered this film, because when she was being converted and then she was reconverted and she was being attacked in Trivandrum. When she was being attacked in Trivandrum, she decided with her family to go back to her village in Kasargod. And next morning, when she reached with her family to Kasargod, she realized that house has been burnt. So that is the trigger point of this story. And I started following this story there. Then we realized that it is the sinister plan of ISIS and Al-Qaeda to traffic, having the girls from Kerala who are vulnerable in terms of the social graphics of Kerala is like the Muslim population is very high and Christian and Hindu population, it is a synergy which was there in the society from pretty long time, but that triggered the Islamic terrorism or Islamic extremism to target Kerala girls, and that began the whole story of the Kerala story.
So do you also believe that the two subjects are intertwined, the love jihad and the threat of ISIS?
Of course it is. Because love jihad is something which has been Saddam Hussein. I believe in 2008 already said that I don't know why Islamists are getting busy in making atom bomb. We have the capacity, we have the sanction of Islam to have the population explosion. So Kerala is India is our breeding ground, our experiment as a laboratory, and they are successfully did that.
I want to come to you, Mr. Vipul Shah. How difficult or easy for you it was to convince someone like Adah or the other people in this industry to do such a powerful script?
When I read the material and when I interacted with those girls, and I realized that there are these girls whose lives are getting into a very, very bad trap. I thought this was a story which was such a big human tragedy that had to be told. We often get lost into these conversations about, making it very intellectual. But at the core of it, what drove me to this film is the fact that we need to save our daughters. And saving our daughter is the most powerful message that this film can deliver. We believe that if this film can save even few girls, the film would have done really big service to our society.
Correct.
The point is to just bring out the facts in front of people in the most honest way.
Right.
Without trying to be smart about it, without trying to be political about it, without trying to be intellectual about it. We just want to focus on the core emotion of it. And if that emotion brings about a certain awareness in the society where people say, oh, I didn't know this. Because a lot of people think, Kerala is in the southern extreme of the country, and how will a UP guy or a Bihar mein rehne wala koi insan, MP mein rehne wala person will, how will he connect to the film? But the daughters are common everywhere, right? I mean, if I have a daughter and somebody else in Kerala has a daughter, we both will go through the same emotion.
Correct.
So that, I think, is the central theme, that we need to save our daughters.
Correct.
And when I looked at all the material and all the research, and we met so many victims, and we met so many girls from Kerala who kind of got lucky and came back to the fold, and we heard their stories, and it was when I read the script, I told him next day itself that when I was reading the first material of the research, I was in tears. And that, I think, is a reason enough for me to say, okay, let's make this film.
Right.
And then comes the politics of it. And
Correct.
then you get all kinds of things. When you are releasing the film, you will be told you are a propaganda film, you are stooges of A, B, C, D, E, you've taken money from A, B, C, D, E to malign a certain religion or a community, but truth is uncomfortable.
Correct.
The truth that you are trying to bring out is going to shake certain institutions. They are going to shake some people, and that is why they are going to get uncomfortable. What is the best way to defend themselves? Discredit you and say, look, they are liars, they are cheaters, they are frauds, they are this, they are that. And so we are fine. When we wrote the film, we had a feeling that no actor is going to actually agree to work with us. No girl will accept his role because of the scare and the threat that come with the role.
Correct.
But she accepted it, and she's done a terrific job.
But before I discuss this further, I want to congratulate this brilliant actor for what she has done throughout the movie. What an incredible role, Adah, you did in this movie. Right from playing the role of a student to becoming a pregnant woman to showing those disturbing scenes when a man comes in the middle of the movie and buggers you and shows the travails of a woman, what she goes through when she is about to deliver a baby, and that too to a terrorist. How difficult or easy for you to reconcile with the idea that such terrorism actually exists and such barbarism exists in any part of the world as well.
I almost felt like her lawyer through the film. I felt like every day I was on set because I'm the one who's getting to speak for these girls here. And I was hoping that as an actor I'm the medium between this wonderful script that they've written, this wonderful character that they've etched out with all these qualities, and then I can try to get it on screen. So hopefully I do justice to that. So that's what I used to think every day before going on set, and be like, every little nuance that you can try to do.
Right.
And yes, there were some difficult scenes, but I don't think I can even compare how difficult my scenes was, because every time I used to compare it to what must she have gone through in real life. What do those girls go through in real life?
Right.
And then is what I'm going through. No, I'm still on a set. I can call cut.
Shalini Unnikrishnan, a Hindu from Kerala.
Tell me, when exactly you joined ISIS?
Some really disturbing, really physically tough scenes that even mentally I was like, how are we going to do this?
Correct.
But they were so nice to me on set, I didn't feel uncomfortable for one bit, and I knew that I felt very empowered as a woman on this set.
Right.
Even though I was playing a victim. And
Right.
I feel that's a very important thing when you're playing a character like this. You shouldn't feel shaken up at any point, and I didn't.
There is an oblique reference, and also there is a direct reference to an organization called Amnesty International. Amnesty International figures in a big ongoing probe by the Ministry of Home Affairs. In one of the sequences, I don't want to reveal it for the viewers, but the reference to Amnesty International almost reveals the fact that what has happened in Kerala, what has happened in UP, and the threat of ISIS, or for that matter, fomenting terrorism and fomenting anti-national activities in this country, is being supplied through Amnesty International.
The thing is, this kind of activities like what Kerala is experiencing from the Islamic extremism, many human rights organizations are involved. In the facade of human rights organizations, they are doing a lot of illegal activities, not specifying the name of the organizations because that is not my job. What we did is at the time of when we were doing the research, we found out many links because you must have seen there is a report from Home Ministry that Kerala has 300,000
Correct.
sleeper cell Islamic extremism.
No doubt about it.
So, to coordinate this huge number of extremists, and if you have read the new book by Frederick Forsyth, which is called Afghanistan, which has the direct mention of Kerala. So, these human rights organizations is being exposed internationally in South America, in Middle East, even in East Africa. So, we have a very, very latent mention of that. But yes, definitely, as Vipul Shah said, that whatever been mentioned in the film, it is very organizedly planned because we are weaponed by proper research and content. Surprised to know Ford Foundation and Amnesty International has more than 60 their researcher or their beneficiaries
Ji.
who are working on disturbed democracy.
Correct.
So if democracy is disturbed, then they will be activated, their activity there. If not disturbed, then they will create the disturbance and then they will act.
How proud you feel to use this film to ensure that there may be justice to these innocent, gullible women.
I think we all will feel very, very proud of ourselves the day justice is served. If the perpetrators of whomsoever is involved in this,
Ji.
if they are put behind bars forever, I think that will be the day when we will really feel proud that we made this and it's got some justice.
I want to add on this thing because I am working on this subject for last 5-6 years.
Ji.
And I think Indian art and culture, cinema scenario, cinema milieu will remember Vipul Shah for long time. The history will remember because such a subject, a producer without taking any help from any studio, any financer,
Correct.
invest his hard-earned money in this film when he was not sure whether this film will see the light of the day. So, a man who has shown this courage in the service of the nation, I think history will remember him for long time.
You definitely approached the Kerala government or the Kerala police to ensure what you were reporting in this movie.
See, the whole point is that if you are making a film like this and if your facts are not correct, then you will get discredited, the film will get discredited, and because of all of our mistakes, the girls who are suffering will suffer more injustice. So it becomes very, very incumbent upon all of us to be absolutely sure that whatever we are saying, it's true. We are going to be able to stand by it. Because if you even, one point is proven to be wrong, the whole film, the whole issue itself will be discredited. They can discredit me. They can say whatever they can. Or they can discredit the film. But the issue should not be discredited. And that is why it is extremely important. So we decided that there was a reference to this in one of our teaser. We had referred to a number of victims, the girls. And that became like a big thing that, oh, it's a lie and this and that. And where is the 32,000 number coming from? Stuff like that. We have our evidences, but yet we decided to file an RTI.
Okay.
So that we get a government's response to that. Of course, we got an address to a website which unfortunately doesn't exist.
Okay.
So we couldn't find our answers from that website or through that RTI. And but at least we wanted to be sure. And as I said that it will be very irresponsible on us to not substantiate everything that we are saying in the film.
So may I ask
with
you a question?
Evidence.
Where does that website lead to?
It just says
Does not
it doesn't
exist.
exist.
What does that mean exactly?
That is a wrong website URL was given to
I
us.
wouldn't want to read into anything. I just say when you type that address, it says that this website does not exist. Now, everybody can interpret it in their own way, what it means.
In that particular RTI, there is a two-part. First is the Chief Minister Oman Chandi's statement, which was placed in Kerala Assembly. And the second part was, we wanted, as sir said, that we wanted to doubly check. We asked in Kerala has 14 districts. We asked for district-wise, the police headquarters to give us the number of girls missing in last 10 years, number of girls rescued, number of cases registered.
So what happened?
And in the reply, it was written that this question has been referred to the police DGP of Kerala Police.
Okay.
He will contact you within 15 days. Today is almost 4 months. Nobody contacted us.
Nobody contacted you.
But we heard that one FIR has been filed.
I must compliment you that you look pretty when you wear a bindi and the bindi that you are sporting. On that note, I must also tell you that throughout the movie I saw from the preview that you were wearing flowers in your hair as well, which is of course significant of the region which we showed.
So when I go to Kerala, even now, I have relatives there. So the first thing they do is they want to put oil on my hair and put the flowers in my hair and put a braid. So when I was a child, it's to be really annoying for me. And I used to say, oh my God, Shanchiti, my aunt is going to put oil on my head. Now when I go, as I grew older, I actually enjoyed it. I liked wearing Indian clothes and I like putting oil on my hair and I like being fussed around and have flowers put in my hair and I like wearing the bindi. And as I grew older, it somehow seemed like something I liked. When I was younger, it was a little rebellious. I was like, why do I need to put oil on my hair? I don't want to put oil in my hair.
Last 2 years or so, there has been a contentious debate over what you wear, either in schools, institutions, academic institutions, colleges, or elsewhere, where you cannot, the court felt, you cannot carry your religion or any form of religion or show it as a matter of faith, collectively or individually. That do you actually believe today in the modern world that wearing such a thing to academic institutions?
No, I personally feel that I'm a very strong believer of freedom and liberty. But I think school and colleges, the institutions of education, they should respect the laws that are made by that particular institution. You can decide to not get into that institution if you don't like the laws. But once you are part of that institution, you need to follow the laws of that particular institution, or you can find an institution that will allow you to practice whatever religious belief that you follow.
Your accented Hindi is something which is very adorable throughout the movie. Maybe ask, of course, from the producer and the director as well, and apart from you as well. Did you actually train in that sort of Hindi, and can you narrate a few sentences for the viewers who are going to watch this excellent film on May 5?
So normally हम लोग ऐसे ही हिंदी, मैं नॉर्मल हिंदी बोलती हूँ क्योंकि मैं बॉम्बे में पली बड़ी हूँ एंड यहाँ पे हिंदी कंपलसरी था स्कूल में, हिंदी और मराठी. But to get an authentic thing, since we wanted to make it like I am from Kerala and it's a Hindi film, तो मैं हिंदी में मलयाली एक्सेंट के साथ मैं हिंदी बोल रही हूँ. पर हम लोगों को चाहिए था कि थोड़ा वो बहुत सटल हो और इतना jarring नहीं हो, because a lot of times when you have South Indian accents in Hindi movies, it is like there's Maya Aisa Jata Hai, and I don't know, people sometimes overdo it, so we try to be as subtle about it. My grandmother is Malayali, so when she speaks Malayalam, when she speaks Hindi, I hear the Malayalam accent with her. So we had Narayanan sir who trained us, the whole cast.
One of the horrific incidents of the movie shows a pregnant woman being buggered by the man during her pregnancy, which almost exposes her to the risk of losing the child. Where did you get all these thoughts from?
There are certain verses which one particular religion.
And if I may say, one of the powerful sentences which has also disturbed me is, इस्लाम में हस्बैंड को खुश रखना रेप नहीं होता, शुक्र मनाओ, खाना बना रही हो, ये सोच लो कि ये दर्द सहना ज़रूरी है.
As you said, it is not vulgarity. We just touched what the women go through. In Kerala, the girls, the real victims with whom we interacted, we got to know from them that what had happened to them.
I mean, see, the main point is not about a religious belief. What we have shown our film is something that we heard from the girls in their testimonies, that they went through this. So every scene that is in the film, the girls have experienced those moments in their life. And so it was very important for us
We
to
did
show
not
them.
imagine anything.
So it has got nothing to do with anything else except the fact that these were the cases that we heard. Girls narrated these stories to us. I just feel that when you hear something so traumatic, as a filmmaker, as a writer, you can't ignore it. You have to put it in a film. So that's where the scenes, all the scenes that you saw, which are disturbing, they have come from the true experience.
Do you actually believe, Adah, that atheism, that is, not believing either in the existence of God or God Himself, was leading to this sort of a problem?
So in real life, for me, through when I grew up, I've always been told that God is that thing, that divinity that resides in every living being. So whether it's an ant or whether it's an elephant or whether it's a human, that same divinity that resides in every living being is God.
What a beautiful thought.
So that's how I've been brought up. So I respect every living being. So whether it's an elephant, we look at it because that elephant has divinity in it. If it's another human, so we try to live with kindness and love, and that would be the religion that I follow. Love is the religion that I follow, and I try to live by.
क्या ये सच में बड़ा पेचीदा मामला है कि जहाँ पे अगर मैं 295A की बात करूँ या 295 सेक्शन की इंडियन पीनल कोड की, विच इज़ नोन एज डिफाइलिंग द रिलीजियस प्लेस, जहाँ पे आप डिमीन करते हो किसी के फेथ का या डिस्टॉर्ट करते हो, वो सच में बड़ी हर्टफुल बात है जो आपने फिल्म में भी दर्शाई है?
देखिए, सबसे पहले ये हर इंसान का फ़र्ज़ है कि वो हर दूसरे इंसान के रिलीजन की रिस्पेक्ट करे।
बिल्कुल।
मेरी पर्सनल रिलीजियस बिलीफ कोई भी हो, मुझे कोई हक नहीं कि मैं किसी भी और रिलीजन के बारे में कोई लूज कमेंट करूं या किसी की भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंचाऊं। ये मुझे अलाउड ही नहीं है।
तो क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा?
लेकिन हमने जो देखा वो ये देखा कि हमने जब इन लड़कियों के विक्टिम्स के इंटरव्यूज़ किए, वो हर लड़की के इंटरव्यू में एक बात बहुत कॉमन थी।
क्या? कि
उनके रिलीजियस बिलीफ को बहुत स्ट्रांगली चैलेंज करके उसे तोड़ा गया, और वहीं से वो रिलीजियस बिलीफ टूटने के बाद एक इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन का प्रोसेस शुरू होता है, और वहाँ से फिर धीरे धीरे उनको एक अलग रास्ते पे ले जाता है।
आपके कहने का मतलब है कि जहाँ पे आपने ये डायलॉग्स डाले हैं शिवा, भगवान शिव के, राम के और कृष्ण को लेके, वो सच में ऐसा बताया गया उन लड़कियों ने कि ऐसा बोला जाता था?
ये एग्जैक्ट लाइनें हैं जो कुछ इंटरव्यूज़ में लड़कियों ने खुद नरेट की हैं कि ये हमें ये बोला गया था, हमें ऐसे बोला गया था, और वही लाइनों को हमने डायलॉग बना के फिल्म में रखा है। तो वो एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट फेज़ है जिससे इस पूरे प्रोसेस का एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण पहलू है। हमें वो दिखाना इसलिए ज़रूरी लगा। हम जानते हैं कि ये किसी की भावनाओं को शायद हर्ट भी कर सकता है, लेकिन ये दिखाना ज़रूरी था जी। ये इसलिए ज़रूरी था कि ये एक प्रोसेस है। तो अगर कल आपको कोई इस तरीके से एक रिलीजियस डिबेट में कन्फ्रंट करे, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ये आपको कहाँ लीड करने की कोशिश की जाएगी और आपको इसमें से कैसे बचना है।
नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने मूवी आपकी पूरी जब देखी प्रीव्यू के दौरान पे, तो मुझे भी ये लगा कि कहीं ना कहीं जो बातें हम लोगों के जहन में हैं पिछले 8-10 सालों में, जहाँ पे हमने इसको टॉलरेट किया, इस बात को टॉलरेट किया कि कोई हमारी पुरानी फिल्मों में, मैं तो यहाँ तक कहूँगा कि आपकी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री ने भी पिछले 30 सालों में बड़े ऐसे चीज़ें दिखाई जो नहीं दिखानी चाहिए थी। मैं ये नहीं, आई वोंट पुट यू इन अ टाइट स्पॉट वेयर यू हैव टू क्रिटिसाइज दोज पीपल, दैट इज़ नॉट माई जॉब टू डू दैट, विच इज़ फेयर इनफ एज वेल। Just like you have your freedom in the constitution enshrined to showcase this film, but I must say from a ringside view that I was also hurt as a journalist and as a believer of Hindu religion, where certain film producers and directors demeaned my faith as well by showcasing certain things. So the whole point today is that what you have touched the subject here in this movie by telling us that the three gods, our own God, whether it is Lord Ram, लॉर्ड शिवा और लॉर्ड कृष्णा, उनके बारे में ऐसी बातें बोली जाती हैं। तो मैं सिर्फ ये समझना चाह रहा था कि आपने ये जिक्र किया क्योंकि तो लड़कियों ने आपको बताया, लेकिन क्या सच में भी आपको बम्बई में रहते हुए या बाहर कभी घूमते हुए एहसास हुआ कि ऐसा बोला जाता है? आपके जहन में भी कभी बातें आई?
देखिए, मैं इतना कह सकता हूँ कि मेरे सामने तो कोई बोलने की हिम्मत नहीं करेगा, मैं उसको जवाब दे दूंगा और मैं सुनूंगा भी नहीं, और मैं कभी किसी को ये बात कहूँगा भी नहीं किसी और के रिलीजन के बारे में। मेरे लिए सबके रिलीजन की बहुत इज्जत है, हम सबके दिलों में हर एक के रिलीजन की बहुत इज्जत है, और मैं अपने रिलीजन के बारे में ऐसा कभी सुनूंगा भी नहीं। आई विल गिव इट बैक टू हिम देयर एंड देयर। लेकिन जो एक विक्टिम्स होते हैं, वो विक्टिम इसीलिए बनते हैं क्योंकि वो जवाब नहीं दे पाते या वो डिफेंड नहीं करते, एंड देन दैट बिकम्स एक प्रोसेस अंदर शुरू हो जाता है जब उन्हें पता नहीं चलता कि कब वो टूटते जा रहे हैं। हमारा प्रयास ये है कि हम लोगों को ये बताएं कि आप सावधान रहिए, क्योंकि ये तरीका आपके साथ यूज हो सकता है, इससे आप बचिए। कैसे बचेंगे? हर एक को अपना मैकेनिज्म खुद बनाना।
One of the questions which has actually throughout the movie I see that the locales, the shooting locations which were chosen for this movie ranged from the desert to cold desert to southern tip of India as well. तो आपको कितना जाके लद्दाख में और उन जगहों पे जाके कैसा लगा?
That was, yeah, I think our topography is बहुत सुंदर है. We have everything from beaches to coconut trees to sandy deserts to claustrophobic jail room to
there was a smile on your face, so
42 degree in Kerala, minus 12 degree in Ladakh. Right. Now you imagine.
But there are also certain locations outside these two as well?
Yeah, basically our story, their background is in Kerala, so we shot extensively in Kerala. Some of Kerala indoors we shot in Bombay, but outdoor Kerala is absolutely we shot in Kerala, and entire journey, that is Afghanistan, Pakistan, we shot in upper reaches of upper Shivalik zone, that is
there's no oxygen, but
so because she smiled, I believe that there must have been some awkward instances where there was,
it was not
less of oxygen, and
the director of the film has shot one day with the oxygen mask on.
he directed,
Sudipto Dada's dream to shoot with the oxygen mask on.
So he's directing me with the, I think I'm the only person of the whole cast who did not get sick.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm the
Rest
only.
all of them did?
Yeah.
No oxygen.
So in Ladakh, every day 3 to 4 crew members used to be in the hospital.
Correct.
So at times it used to be changed. The bed remained with the shooting team, but the patient used to get changed.
Okay.
So I could not afford to stay there. So after the shoot, I used to go to the hospital. 2 hours I used to be in oxygen mask, and night I used to come back.
He's laughing about it now, but then everyone was quite serious. The girl who did my hair and all, her heart, we couldn't feel her pulse and all. We all freaked out.
Yeah, because we shot
There was no oxygen. Yeah, it
when
was.
we used to leave early in the morning, temperature used to be minus 10, minus 12. So
क्योंकि
and all in open
मूवी के काफ़ी सीक्वेंसेस कोल्ड डेजर्ट के हैं, तो बड़े सारे फाइट सीक्वेंसेस और वो सब भी बारबेरिज्म वाले भी। तो मैं सिर्फ इसलिए जानना चाहता हूँ कि आप तीनों भी एक बड़े डिफरेंट कल्चर से आते हैं। आप बंगाल से, ये पीछे केरला के रूट से हैं, और आप गुजरात के रूट से हैं। तो आपकी एक बॉन्डिंग भी जो है खाने पे भी होती होगी, तो अलग अलग वैरायटी ऑफ टेस्ट्स होते होंगे डिस्कवर।
हमारे यूनिट का एक रूल है कि हम सिर्फ वेजिटेरियन खाना देते हैं।
अच्छा,
नॉन वेज नहीं मिलता, तो दादा को बहुत तकलीफ होती है।
और मैं बहुत खुश।
इन्होंने कभी कंप्लेन नहीं की, बट मन में मुझे आई एम श्योर के बहुत तकलीफ होती होगी कि नॉन वेज नहीं मिलता। लेकिन मैंने मेरे फर्स्ट डे ऑफ प्रोडक्शन जब से शुरू किया, तब से ये कायदा रहा है। And I have tried and followed it.
Yeah, but I have to vouch for that. मैंने इनके साथ कमांडो भी किया है, and I have to say that इनके सेट पे the खाना is very very wow. It's pure vegetarian, but there'll be like Mexican one day, and then there'll be like Gujarati.
To be very honest,
very
we
nice.
all were bound. Like some of the section of people are trying to portray it as a propaganda film or anti-Muslim film. You will be surprised to know we had.
I didn't find this.
We had crew members who were 5-time Namazis, and first thing we got from the congratulatory messages today. When our
from these crew members who are Muslims.
मैंने मेरी जिंदगी में इतने सारे मुस्लिम से साथ काम किया, आज भी मेरे उनके साथ बहुत गहरे और बहुत अच्छे रिश्ते हैं।
Yeah, we had the same the sound guy जो miking करते हैं. He was
मुझे तो लगता है कि शायद लिरिक्स लिखने वाले ये
हाँ, the guy who wrote the first song, Pagal Parinde,
जी
he is a Muslim 5-time Namazi. His name is Ozil Dalal.
and the girl who taught us to tie the, because by the end of it we had to know how to tie our own hijabs, right?
तो
Because
वो
मैं
भी-
scene में भी,
अच्छा
so she was a Muslim, so she showed us exactly how to tie it.
So basically,
Costume
we
designer
were,
was the same?
She was not the costume designer, she was the girl only in charge of hijabs for everyone, so it looks perfect.
Oh, she was a Muslim as well?
Yes.
So this is a perfect example
We were-
of
harmony.
creative freedom.
Correct. और harmony भी.
now we
Yeah,
are
हम-
attached to the concept of India.
No,
Honestly,
I am saying why creative freedom, because आप जब एक क्रू के साथ, एक मुस्लिम क्रू के
तो
साथ,
फिर ये क्यों लोग खिलाई जा रहे हैं कि ये एंटी मुस्लिम थी?
ये देखिए, ये मैंने पहले भी कहा कि अगर आपको डिस्क्रेडिट नहीं करेंगे तो उनका एजेंडा एक्सपोज हो जाएगा, तो करना है।
जी।
सो दैट्स अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ना, वो हमारे बारे में ऐसा सोचेंगे, हम उनके बारे में, ये ठीक है। लेकिन द क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम इज कि व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग अ फिल्म लाइक दिस विथ 30 to 40% crew being Muslim,
जी
and you are all openly working together without any hesitation, without suppressing yourself, without suppressing anything कि मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता या ये नहीं कह सकता,
Correct.
उस environment में इस फिल्म का बनना आई थिंक इज अ साइन ऑफ क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम। क्योंकि हमारी फिल्म, हम दावे के साथ कह सकते हैं कि अगर कोई बहुत न्यूट्रल होके इस फिल्म को देखेगा
जी
तो वो कभी नहीं कहेगा कि हम किसी भी रिलीजन के अगेंस्ट ये फिल्म को बना रहे हैं, एंड पर्टिकुलरली इस्लाम।
थ्रेट महसूस हुआ अंदर कभी, या फैमिली ने मना किया इस मूवी को? आपसे जनरली सवाल पूछूंगा।
नहीं, मेरी मॉम एक्चुअली बहुत प्राउड थी, वो बहुत खुश थी when she knew I'm doing a film like this. And like I'm saying, the threat or what pain, like we can say वो लद्दाख में वो उस दिन ऑक्सीजन नहीं था तो मैं भाग रही थी तो मैं थोड़ा हाफ रही थी. I think all that is so minuscule when you actually compare it to what I used to always think, what did she go through?
Mr. Shah, did Shefali ji...
that is
how
what I
did
wanted
Shefali
to
ji
say.
feel?
Sir's
Yes,
decision
and-
in doing this film, Shefali ji has a huge contribution.
I just
कैसा
want-
कैसा था वो दौर जब आपने बताया उनको?
I apart from the fact that when I went and I said कि मैंने ये कहानी आ जाई है और मैं
ठीक है
ये करना चाहता हूँ
जी
और मैं अगर ये करूँगा तो कुछ दिक्कतें आ सकती हैं, and the answer was that if the girls are suffering, let's deal with it, आप करो. But more than that, I think when I look back, I think इस देश में बड़ा डिबेट चलता है कि डेमोक्रेसी खतरे में है, क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम नहीं है. अब देखते हैं, ये हमारी क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम थी और हमने तो पूरी ईमानदारी से एक सच्ची
कि
फिल्म
अब
बनाई
ये
है.
कौन रोकता है?
तो अब टेस्ट है कि क्या क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम की दुहाई देने वाले जो लोग हैं वो कैसे रिएक्ट करेंगे, ये अब देखना बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है.
But what a commendable effort that you have done, and the equal amount of effort by all of these people. On this note, I want to tell all of you that we as the media fraternity will always stand for what you have done unequivocally.